You have to understand what bearing that has on future behavior.
What kind of a world will we have?
But I've been always more interested in experiment than in accomplishment.
If we know what that set point is, we can predict fairly accurately when you will be in flow, and it will be when your challenges are higher than average and skills are higher than average.
Shooting man! Hey, I'm down! Help me out over here!
Wow! Oh, it's fascinating.
There we go. Okay, we're in the VR space.
And this seemed very interesting to me, and I started reading his books after that lecture, and that was Carl Jung.
Why don't you find out?
What about you and your children and your grandchildren?
But that's difficult.
Which is definitely a sign of the times, right? That in and of itself sort of encapsulates where we're at as a society.
Unfortunately, a lot of people's experience is in apathy. The largest single contributor to that experience is watching television. The next one is being in the bathroom sitting. And then
Gives you a new perspective.
What kind of world will you have? I'm not worried about my world, that's behind me.
now they're projecting flying saucers into the sky, kind of as a, he talked about how the mandalas of ancient Hindu religion were kind of projected into the sky as an attempt to regain some sense of order after the chaos of war.
And from what I'm reading, the experts are not sure that they can stay in front of this. They're very much not sure that they can do so.
But actually, our nervous system is incapable of processing more than about 110 bits of information per second. And in order to hear me and understand what I'm saying, you need to process about 60 bits per second.
Is that standard terminology? We call it abnormalization?
No, but it's the reality.
It is the reality.
Deeper forces in American society.
I don't deny that it's possible. However,
I decided to explore the relationship between
one civilization to another.
These are different art forms as opposed to media.
Why?
They're psychic facts, not physical facts.
It is creative and destructive.
What?
The general principle seems to be
really? Yeah, it ain't so easy to do that.
Oh my god. How big is it? What?
Really, really horrifying, but
with a sort of controlled action.
The question we are trying to address, and I'm way over time, is how to put more and more of everyday life in that flow channel. And that is the kind of challenge that we are trying to understand.
the artist is a sort of nut who's always trying to pep up perception.
and it is
For whatever purposes that might suit your best.
For Huxley, there was the fear that truth would be drowned in a sea of irrelevance.
It has been determined that this engine is easy to manufacture and needs comparatively little maintenance.
It was also to look forward to the next 50 years and to think.
A new world is constantly opening before us at an ever-accelerating rate of progress.
I'd like to ask,
what kind of a world would you have?
So today,
What I want you to think about is
the art,
the so-called sensory humiliation.
This goes a long way toward trying to find a paradigm for what's happening right now.
It is not an event, but a process.
Just these little bits of negative space are really important.
It's a sanctuary both in our hearts and our minds.
And if that had been what I wanted, which it never has been, then I shouldn't have tried so many different things.
This is perhaps a little bit complicated.
I'm against posterity on principle. I think it's almost as vulgar as success.
Existence temporarily suspended. And
it's never an intellectual process.
But my own loyalty is greater to the idea of myself as a member of the human family than it is as a member of any profession.
What is happening?
One of the things that keeps me curious and fascinated is that you had a dream.
Meanwhile, this is our contribution to change the way the whole world works.
At a time when
everything had changed.
That would have been an amazing ending.
And I just have to keep following it and see what it needs.
so ecstasy is essentially a stepping into an alternative reality.
I experienced some cognitive dissonance.
become aware of the thought process itself.
At a certain point, it's time to put it into a form and boil it down to its essence.
Steady progress toward our ultimate goal has been made, but so much remains to be done.
I just don't make any kind of judgment about it at first. I just let it come up. So it would be like,
we are only deeply unconscious of these facts.
Think about
Well, hopefully you enjoyed that video. I found that one fascinating.
Are you in any danger of becoming bored with, say, your current project?
No.
For instance,
how will projected changes in the world's population affect our ability to achieve these new goals?
And so?
To what extent might you change the fundamental question in your discipline